Hello and welcome to this week's edition of BOI Impact. I am Sheung Olagunju. The Investment in Digital and Creative Enterprises iDICE is an initiative of the federal government of Nigeria to promote entrepreneurship and innovation in the digital technology and creative industries in order to create jobs and investment in the technology and creative ecosystems. This initiative is co-financed by the African Development Bank, AFDB, Agence Française Développement, AFD, Islamic Development Bank, ISDB, and the Bank of Industry, BOI, as the executing agency. iDICE is headed by the Advisory Council for Technology, chaired by Vice President Yemi Osibanjo, with membership from key federal ministries and technology and creative sector business leaders. Recently, Professor Yemi Osibanjo officially launched the iDICE program at the State House Banquet Hall in Abuja. In attendance at that event were the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otumba Adebayo, Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, Minister of Science and Technology, Senator Olorunimbe Mamora, Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Dr. Zainab Shamsuna Ahmed, Representative of the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Issa Pantami, the Managing Director of Galaxy Backbone, Professor Mohamed Abubakar, French Ambassador to Nigeria, Mrs. Emmanuelle Blackmon, Secretary, National Action Committee on the African Continental Free Trade Area, Mr. Olusegun Awolowo, President, African Development Bank Group, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, and BOI's Managing Director, Mr. Olukayode Pitson, represented by the Executive Director, Small and Medium Enterprises, Mr. Omar Shekaro. Here are highlights of the event. Objectives of the launch of iDICE including raising awareness among the public, particularly key stakeholders in the technology and creative industries, as well as to promote private sector investment in iDICE. Welcoming guests to the event, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Otumba Adebayo, said the ministry is committed to promoting the growth of MSMEs.
The initiative aims to ignite entrepreneurship and innovation in technology and creative industries and create significant job opportunities for the Nigerian youth. We have witnessed significant growth in the technology and creative industries globally and in Nigeria. Creative industries are reported to have generated $2.25 trillion in revenue and employed 29.5 million people worldwide. And forecasts indicate that the creative sector could represent 10% of global GDP by the year 2030. One of our mandates as the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment is to boost the growth of micro, small and medium-scale enterprises, MSMEs, and to position them as a catalyst for the growth and development of the larger economy. It is therefore clear that a project such as this, which supports SMEs and entrepreneurship, is one that is especially welcome. We are proud of the work we have been doing to promote the growth of MSMEs, and this includes the development of a national MSME policy, which provides a framework for resolving the challenges MSMEs face, and the launch of the MSME Market Hub app by the Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, which aims to provide a seamless interaction between MSMEs and customers, as well as enhance capacity building. Our commitment towards the technology and creative sector, movie, music, telecommunications, publishing, gaming, information services, and others, is likely to position these sectors as the most valuable within the non-oil space.
BOI's Managing Director, Mr. Olukayode Pitson, represented by the Executive Director, Small and Medium Enterprises, Mr. Omar Shekaro, commended the efforts of the federal government and development partners.
The federal government is passionate about leveraging the evolving innovations that have emerged in these sectors in the last couple of years to create sustainable jobs. I am proud on behalf of my MD and the institution to to mention that the Bank of Industry shall act as the execution partner of this initiative. Bank of Industry, your bank, is no stranger to managing programs of this scale and size. The bank has managed several funds and programs on behalf of various strategic partners. A notable one is the federal government MSME Survival Fund, one of the programs under the government's National Economic Sustainability Program, directly supervised by the Office of the Vice President, which resulted in the disbursement of 75 billion naira to over 1.2 million Nigerian youth. We also have our own youth-based products, the YES program, which is the Youth Entrepreneurship Program, the Graduate Entrepreneurship Program, which is a collaboration with NYSC, providing funds for thousands of youth corpus across the country, by which we have provided business management training and affordable loans to thousands of Nigerian youth. The bank has funded the establishment of 7 technology hubs across the country, based purely on our corporate social responsibility strategy. These hubs provide opportunities for converting technology ideas into business solutions and eventually to market. They also offer shared workspace that foster collaboration, knowledge sharing, innovation, and creativity to entrepreneurs. I want to close by expressing our sincere gratitude to the federal government of Nigeria, African Development Bank, French Development Agency, and the Islamic Development Bank for birthing this impressive program.
Representative of the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Mohammed Abubakar, lauded the initiative.
This particular launching event is truly very apt. It is operationalizing the start of Act of 2022, recently passed, for the teaming Nigerian youths, which was also championed by the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy. If you look at the composition of the drivers for this particular initiative, it has conformed to the best practice worldwide. Specifically, is based on the triple helix model that will involve the industry, the government, and also the academia. And this is very, very apt, and definitely it will be able to, the model adopted will be able to carry us and take us to where Nigeria deserves to be placed in the map of the world.
Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, gave statistics of the impact of Nigeria's creative industry.
When we talk about the creative industry in Nigeria, it's not just only music and film, but it comprises, other sectors such as advertising, such as hospitality, such as, writing, such as comedy, such as photography, fashion, hair and beauty, etc. While music and the film industry have combined to put Nigeria's name on the world map, but in terms of revenue generation, fashion generates 2 trillion against music's 300 billion. Hair and beauty generates 1.52 trillion against the film's 140 billion. So and then in terms of job creation, the hospitality industry alone employs over 4 million people. So I hope that when we start administering this fund, we'll look at these figures, and I'm very glad and happy to share this document with the Advisory Council.
Minister of Science and Technology, Senator Olorunimbe Mamora, pledged the ministry's commitment to support iDICE.
I am proud to know that the establishment of iDICE is a deliberate effort and commitment of the government and all the partners in supporting entrepreneurs and businesses in these fields and ultimately contributing to sustainable national economy. The Federal Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, through the provisions of the Executive Order Number 5 and the National Policy of Science, Technology and Innovation, will continue to collaborate with the Technology and Creativity Advisory Group domiciled at the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment to drive home government commitment to the investment in digital creativity to diversify the Nigeria economy. To the entrepreneurs and startups who will benefit from this program, I encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity and make the most of the resources and support made available to you through iDICE. Your passion, creativity, and drive are essential to the success of this program.
French Ambassador to Nigeria, Emmanuel Blackmon, said the digital technology and creative industries have enormous potential to spur economic growth in Nigeria.
France is proud to support this program, which aims to promote entrepreneurship and innovation in the digital technology and creative industries. As already stated by the distinguished speakers, the iDICE program, co-financed by the French Development Agency, the African Development Bank, Islamic Development Bank, and the Bank of Industry, is designed to support the young Nigerian entrepreneurs and innovators who are driving these industries forward. So we strongly believe that digital technology and creative industries have enormous potential to create jobs and spur economic growth in Africa in general, and in Nigeria in particular, where so many talents can be found. Through this specific 100 million euros funding, financial contribution to the iDICE program, we aim to develop the skills and entrepreneurship of young people through the implementation of training courses within existing institutions and platforms. The target is to train 2 million young people and ensure a reduction of unemployment, especially for women, with at least 50% of young women in the trainings. So from basic to advanced skills, this will allow the young Nigerians to have access to a large choice of trainings that will help them enter the job market.
African Development Bank President Akinwumi Adesina stressed the need to leverage the huge potential of iDICE.
I wish to commend the federal government of Nigeria for this initiative. The initiative is timely, strategic, and transformative, as it will build the ecosystems to support more competitive entrepreneurs powered by digital technologies. I am very proud that the African Development Bank Group is also partnering in leading in this initiative, which has the potential to generate millions of jobs for Nigeria's youth. We are launching hope for the youth. We are launching platforms that will enhance the ability and capacity of Nigeria's youth to thrive. We are launching the creation of millions of jobs. We are retooling Nigeria to be more competitive in an increasingly digital world. We are creating hope for a new Nigeria driven by the power of the youth. From 2016 to 2021, the African Development Bank supported the creation of over 12 million jobs, 3.1 million of which were direct and 9 million indirect. This has been made possible through our high employment impact operations and special initiatives in key sectors such as agriculture, infrastructure, energy, and financial sectors, as well as digital and creative industries that we are talking about today. The African Development Bank is pleased to partner with the federal government of Nigeria on this $680 million iDICE program. It will help to create 6.1 million direct and indirect jobs, and equip more than 175,000 young people with technology and creative skills needed to drive innovation and foster entrepreneurship. And to start with, iDICE will support 451 digital technology startups, 226 creative enterprises, and 75 enterprise support organizations. And the Minister of Finance is here. I'm sure you're going to be quite excited that this program will add $6.4 billion to Nigeria's economy.
Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Dr. Zainab Ahmed, mentioned some of the opportunities of iDICE.
His Excellency the President and His Excellency the Vice President understand the opportunities that can be unlocked through the implementation of the iDICE program. The iDICE program will provide a boost to the startup bill that was passed into law last year. This financing will also enable us to provide capital as well as loans through the Bank of Industry under the iDICE program to micro, small, and medium enterprises for the purpose of additional technology and innovation into their businesses. These businesses that are the backbone of the Nigerian economy, employing about 80% of the population, and also contributing a large proportion to our GDP, will be able to grow and employ more people and also provide better service into the economy. The impact of the iDICE program will be attracting new investments to these new businesses and also the expanded businesses that we are sure will arise from the deployment of the iDICE facility. There will be investors that will be attracted to Nigerian businesses and bring in new capital to add to the existing investments that Nigerian businesses have put in place. There will also be higher value jobs, so jobs where people can earn much more, working either for themselves as entrepreneurs or working digitally, in fact, working virtually, providing services to other parts of the world. Another impact for us is also the boost that we'll get in terms of our economic growth.
In his keynote address, Vice President Yemi Osibanjo highlighted the essence of collaboration between the private sector and government in scaling up such programs.
What an exciting moment this is. And after nearly 5 years of work with some of the most patriotic Africans and African institutions, and several in the local technology and entertainment ecosystem, we arrive at the launch of the iDICE program, the Investment in Digital and Creative Enterprises program. As you've all heard, the program is a government initiative to promote innovation and entrepreneurship in the digital technology and creative industries, and especially targeted at job creation. What you may not have been told is the incredible effort that Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, President of the AFDP, put into this to make it happen. The thinking around this came from a discussion he and I had in 2018, I think it was in South Africa, on how to leverage technology and industry for jobs for young people. And he told me at the time that the AFDB was already thinking along the lines of committing some funding to some iteration of the idea. The fruit of that discussion and the hard work of many is what we witness here today. The fund, as we've been told, is $618 million, out of which the AFDB provides $170 million. The Agence Française de Développement provides $100 million, and the Islamic Development Bank will provide $70 million in co-financing. The BOI, who represents the federal government, will provide $45 million as a counterpart contribution to be availed through loans for qualifying startups. And as we've heard from the president of the AFDP, we expect by leveraging this fund, another maybe $270 million from private sector and institutional investors. I think it's important to mention that private capital has usually been ahead of government effort. And I think the private sector ought to be commended for being so innovative, especially here in Nigeria. There are, of course, thousands of startups that have used private funds or debt that goes unrecorded. And I think they probably constitute the majority in our country. I think it's now imperative to commence a coordinated approach towards innovation on the continent, bringing together all stakeholders to coordinate efforts at scaling up investments and building programs that provide the right enabling environment and produce talent pipelines that support the growth of innovation on the continent. Just last October, the President signed Nigeria's startup bill into law, the act that now provides a legal and institutional framework for the development of startups in Nigeria, and also provides an enabling environment for growth of startups in the country. One key area of government support is funding, venture capital funds to provide seed and early stage funding to technology startups.
After the speeches, Professor Osibanjo led other dignitaries to unveil the iDICE logo.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it now is my very special pleasure not to roll the dice yet, but to officially unveil the logo of the Investment in Digital and Creative Enterprises program, the iDICE program, for the benefit of the people of Nigeria, the people of Africa and the world, and the glory of the Almighty God.
iDICE is a 5-year program designed to train and certify 175,000 young people with skills in digital technology and creative industries, create over 6 million direct and indirect jobs, generate $6.4 billion to the Nigerian economy, increase the capacity of at least 75 enterprise support organizations, 226 creative enterprises, and 451 digital technology startups, while providing coaching and mentorship support to small businesses. This, indeed, is a laudable initiative which is in line with BOI's mission to transform Nigeria's industrial sector by providing financial and business support services to genuine enterprises in different sectors of the Nigerian economy. For more information, please visit our social media pages or call BOI Customer Service. And that's it on BOI Impact. I am Yemi Osibanjo. Thanks for watching.